All right, I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet for you. Monday, we will talk about our weekends. All right, today we're just gonna focus on identifying angle pairs, okay? And after this video, you can work on your wrap projects, all right? First thing I wanna talk about, just a review of a plane. Remember, a plane is a surface at any 2 points on the surface connected by a line, yada, yada, yada. It's two-dimensional. It's like a piece of paper, all right? It's like a piece of paper, okay? Coplanar, non-coplanar, remember we talked about this. Points that lie in the same line and points that do not lie in the same line. Transversal, okay? A transversal is a word I'm going to use a lot this chapter, okay? It's a line that intersects two coplanar lines and distinct points. So if I have two lines, whether they're parallel or not, the transversal is this line that cuts through both of them. Okay, the transversal is the line that intersects both, okay? At two distinct points, so these are the points that they intersect. And what is formed, and we're gonna talk about what's formed today, are these special different types of angles, okay? Special different types of angles. Parallel lines are lines that do not intersect. You've heard of parallel lines before, all right? They just go on forever and ever and they don't intersect. Parallel, use that symbol there. Okay, it looks like like an 11 almost. All right, it's just two vertical lines next to each other. Okay. Identify the following angles. Okay, identify the following angles. So these are all pairs. Okay, most of these are pairs. Excuse me. All right, most of these are pairs. First of all, there's interior angles. Excuse me, versus exterior angles. This, remember, that's our transversal here. That is the line that cuts through both A and B, okay? A and B, we don't know for sure if they're parallel. All right, it doesn't look like they're parallel, so I can't assume that. If they were, they would tell you. All right, they would tell you. So you don't want to assume that. But still, whether or not they're parallel, I still can identify these pairs of angles. The interior angles, so interior, are all the angles in between our two lines. Okay, so like angle 1, angle 2, angle 5, and angle 6. The exterior angles are the other ones, the ones on the outside. Okay, so angle 3, angle 4, angle 3, angle 7, and angle 8. All right, these next types of angles will go to alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are just angles that are on alternating sides of the transversal, okay, and they're in between, all right, and they're in the interior. So like angle 1. The pair with angle 1 would be angle 6. They're on alternating sides of our transversal. Okay, so 1 would go with 6, and they're in the interior. So I'm going to say angle 1 and angle 6. That little symbol in between those two, that means and. Okay, angle 1 and 6 are one of the pairs, and the other pair is angle 2 and angle 5. Those two angles together as a pair will be considered alternate interior angles. All right, I can't say 1 and 5 because that's it's a different pair. All right, it's a different type of angle pair. 1 and 5 are considered our next type. So our next type we're looking at consecutive interior. Consecutive, another word for this, all right, your book or maybe even I will call them this as well. Same side interior angles. Okay, same side interior. So like 1 and 5 are on the same side of the transversal. 2 and 6 are on the same side of the transversal. All right, these two match, so angle 1 and angle 5, and 2 and 6 match. They're on the same side of that transversal. alternate exterior is the same thing as interior except on the outside. So like 4 on the opposite side of 4 is 8. So 4 and 8 will go together. All right. And then 3 would match up with 7. 3 and 7. Angle 4, and angle 8, and angle 3, and angle 7. Okay, there's also consecutive exterior angles, all right? There are consecutive exterior. For some reason that was left off the sheet. Those are also a thing as well, like 4 and 7. Don't forget the angle symbol, and then 3 and 8 would be consecutive exterior. This last one, these are unique. Okay, they're called corresponding. Corresponding means same position. So if I look at these 4 pairs of angles, and I'm going to redraw this right here. So I have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. And then I have 5, 6, 7, 8. It's easier for me to tell which angles are in the same position when I redraw it like that. Some people can just look at the picture and that's totally fine too. Like what angle matches up with 4? I already used yellow. What angle pairs up with 4? Well, in the same position on the right here, I look at that grouping, the angle that matches up with 4 is angle 5. So 4 and 5 are in that same position. So that would be my first pair. What angle matches up with 3? Angle 6. Angle 6 does. What angle matches up with angle 1? No buckets, let's use that. Angle 7. Then lastly, it's another yellow, no. Angle 2 goes with angle 8. So angle 1 and angle 7 and angle 2 and angle 8 match. All right. Identify the special, so those are the different types of angles. We have interior versus exterior, and then the special ones inside. So what we're going to try and do for this one is just to identify the angle pair or names of the angles in the figure, okay? So what does that mean? So it's asking you what type of angles are 2 and 6. Well, the first question I ask myself is, are they interior or exterior? Are they in between our 2 lines or are they outside of our 2 lines? Okay, 2 and 6 are on the interior, all right? So they're interior angles. So I know that my answer is going to have to be an interior one. So it's either are they alternating or are they consecutive? Are they alternating or are they on the same side of the transversal? These 2 are on the same side, so these are considered consecutive interior. All right, let's look at 4 and 5. Are they all interior or exterior? Here's 4, and here's 5. Interior or exterior? In this case, it's neither of those. It's neither of those. 4 and 5 are actually the special case. 4 and 5 are in the same position, so they're corresponding. Name all the interior angles. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 5, angle 6. All right, let's look at 4 and 8. Are 4 and 8 interior or exterior? Exterior. Are they alternating or consecutive? These 2 are alternating. They're on alternating sides of our transversal. So these are alternate exterior. 2 and 5. 2 and 5, interior, exterior, interior, alternate, consecutive, alternate. Last one, name all exterior angles. Angle 4, angle 3, angle 7, angle 8 on the outside. For this next one, I want you to try, this one's a little bit different because it has 2 transversals, all right? But the same rules apply. 1 and 4 are a special type of angle. I'll talk about those right now. Those are called vertical angles. And I'll talk about those more when I get back, okay? So when I'm looking at like 2 and 10, let's say, all right, here's 2 and here's 10. So the hard part sometimes is to identify like, all right, what am I looking at? Since this picture can be turned a lot of different ways, I just want to look at just this part. Okay, what's the line that touches both? The transversal that touches both is this one right here. Okay, that's a transversal that touches both angles. So identifying what your transversal is will help you to identify the type of angle pair that you have. 2 and 10, if this green line is my transversal, look to be in the same position, so they're corresponding. All right, 4, here's 4, and here's 9. Again, this transversal is that same line. So are they interior or exterior? They're interior. Are they alternate or consecutive? They're alternate. Okay, it's important to identify your transversal. So here's angle 3 and here's angle 6. What is the line that connects both of them? Well, in this case, L is the transversal. That's the line that connects both, that touches both, 3 and 6. So if I'm looking there, are 3 and 6, if that green line is my transversal, are they interior or exterior? It might be helpful to turn it on its side. Okay, so that's 6 and 3 are on the top or the bottom. If you do that, they are exterior and they are alternate. Okay. Next pair of angles, I have 14 and 10. So what is the line that touches them both? It's M. 14 and 10 are neither interior or exterior, so they're corresponding. Oops. Lastly, we got what? 13 and 7. So a line that touches both is that pink line there, T. All right, interior or exterior? Interior. Alternate or consecutive? Consecutive. All right. We are going to try this one on Monday. All right, so the rest of class is yours. That is it for today.